Hey guys, David here. Today I bring you a tutorial on how you can redify your eyes, or anyone else's eyes for that matter. Give them creepy, bloodshot eyes, and we'll be doing this in Hitfilm too. The same type of thing can be done in Adobe After Effects or Final Cut Pro using the same tricks, techniques, masking, all that stuff that you'll see in this tutorial. So go find your footage. This is footage I shot for Remnant, my upcoming short. It'll be of James, my antagonist. There's the shot. So drag that in, and then next what we want to do is create a new composite shot. So you can hit that. I'm going to rename it. I'm going to call mine Red Eyes. So that's what we're doing today. Drag the footage right in. Now you have your layer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of scroll along and find right where I want to start the shot. So I can trim that down and keep everything going smooth. Right before he lifts up the hood for you to see the eyes. And then I'll do the same thing at the other end, finding right where the hood lifts down, and you can it's just out of the shot, the eyes. So there we go. But yeah, so I'm gonna be, like I said, I'm gonna be adding red to the eyes. You can do this all sorts of different ways, like with a glow, but I'll get to that in a bit. First I want to track the eye. So I want to open up the clip, go to next to tracker, the little pin, and hit that, and then I'll open a new tracker, and you can see the little red box in the middle. I'm going to grab the inside of that box and drag it right over to the eye, because that's what I want to track, obviously. And if you guys want a more in-depth tutorial on how to track, go to one of the Hitfilm's videos. They have great videos on that. So anyway, I'll drag the red box right over the entire eye. So I'm getting nice separation between the pupil and the iris, so I can kind of adjust that as need be. And of course the point in the middle can be set directly in the middle of the eye. Now we have our tracker set up, as you can see. So I'm going to track ahead, hit that play button, and it'll do all the work for you, as you can see. It may take a little while depending on the size of your footage, but as you can see, it's tracking on really well, which is what I wanted. You may have to stop and adjust it if it slips, but it's looking pretty good so far. There. Now the hood goes down and it can't track anymore. The eye's not in the shot. So we can forget about that. Now we've done our tracking. That's pretty much it. We can go back to Viewer, Scale to Fit. Now what I'm going to do is find a good frame that I want to export, because we'll need the image to create the red eye. So I'll close that. I'll go up to Options at the top right, hit Export Frame, and I'll just I'll choose Desktop and I'll name it James Red Eyes. Hit OK. Find the photo and import it. So just find that. There it is. Hit open. Now we want to drag that into our composite shot. Drag it on the top and then drag the bottom clip to the front so we can see what we got. So now what we're going to want to do is drag the mask tool, the freehand mask, and draw a mask around your subject's eye, and the one that you tracked. Drag it right around, close it, and now as you can see we have our eye just hanging out in the middle of the shot. Scale to fit, we can see our whole shot, and you can see the eye right there. And now what I want to do is apply all the tracking data that we just did to that red eye. So I'm gonna find my video. I'm gonna head up to Track at the top left, open up Tracker, just hit that, and then I want to just all these settings you can leave the same. The track look great. So go to our PNG image, hit Apply, and now all those tracking points will be applied to that image or that eye so that it'll stay on our subject. And as you can see, the point will stay connected fairly well. So now what I want to do is I want to go up to Effects, find Fill Color, drag Fill Color onto that image, Now it's going to turn the eye red, and as you can see, it's not actually covering James's eye because it's off frame a little. I'll explain why in a sec. Go to fill color, open it, change the color to red, hit OK. You can close that now. And as you can see, our position points are set. But now I want to change the anchor point, not position point, so that we can drag. You can drag the red cutout right over the eye. So go over to anchor point and start dragging that until it's directly over your subject's eye. This may take a little bit of setting up. Just keep dragging until you see what's right. As you can see at the left, now we have our eye in the frame, our red eye in the frame, because before when we applied the tracking data, it moved it off the frame. So just play around with the anchor points and drag it directly over the eye. Now as you can see, it'll stay on there tight. I'll zoom out a little to show you. We can skip ahead and now that's what we have. So we're obviously not done yet. We're gonna have to get this looking a little more realistic. So close that. We're gonna have to do the same for the other eye. So hit duplicate. I'm going to want to also rename both of them so we don't get confused. I'll name this one left, and then this one right. So James Red Eyes left, James Red Eyes right. So we don't get confused. Now open that up. Go over to transform. Change the anchor points again, not position. If you change the position, it's going to change the keyframes that we set. So don't mess with that. Play around with it until you get it right. As you can see, now we have two because we duplicated it. Drag it over the right eye. I'm gonna do that. Just get it looking good. You'll also have to change the rotation a bit because the other eye won't be at the same rotation as the left. So. Drag it down to the left a little. Make them all creepy looking. Oh, James, not looking so good there. And now we just about have that covering. That was looking pretty good to me. Can hit scale to fit, see our shot again. Now as you can see, our left is looking pretty good, but the right not so much because the right eye behaves a little differently than the left. It's going to have a little bit of a different movement even though it's perpendicular. So go around and play around with these anchor points. Open up effects. Open up fill color. Change this to 100%. Now we're going to want to open up the blending mode. Scroll down, find where it says overlay, hit overlay. Now as you can see, it's automatically just changed, and it's allowing us, we can see that the dark part of the eye. It's looking much more realistic now. So now we can open up our mask, and I'm going to want to feather the edges a bit. So go to feather strength and bump that up a little bit to help it blend more. Not too much. And then we can also change the expansion a little just so it fits perfectly. I'll just play around a bit with this, make it fit. And you can also set up the roundness and round it a bit. It's not looking quite there. Now as you can see, the left one's looking much more realistic since we changed a few things. Open up effects, do the same thing for the right, change that to 100%, open up blend, scroll down, hit overlay, and we have the same thing for the right eye. Open up the mask. This may be a little different than the left. We may have to feather it a bit, round it a bit, expand it, depending on how much each eye varies. and you will probably have to adjust the mask a little, which is what I'll do now. Just play around with that a bit until you get it right. The left is actually looking pretty good, so I'll probably be able to leave that for now. Adjust that a bit. Now, as you can see, oh, what was that? Now, as you can see, it's staying on pretty well. But as you can see, as we move along, the mask that we made will not stay on that right eye perfectly. Neither will it on the left. So we're going to have to adjust that frame by frame. This is where it can become a little bit of a headache. Thankfully, our track was fairly good, so we won't have to do too much. So set keyframes for anchor point, hit that green, hit that button and it'll turn green. Now we can move ahead by a few frames. We can adjust the anchor point so that it will fit on the eye because it'll change a little as the video plays out. And same thing for the left. Yeah, so I'll just adjust the left right red eye and bring it over so it fits perfectly. I'll speed it up a bit now since you get what I'm doing. I'm just moving along and adjusting the anchor point, not position. We want to leave that the same throughout the whole time, and just just make sure that the red eye is always over our subject's eye. If it's even for a split second not, it really can ruin the effect. So make sure you have that right. Now I'll scroll ahead a little, and as you can see, it's looking pretty good. We have that matching fairly well. Now if we go to the beginning, you can see that we still have the red in there before we even see the eye. So let's go to our mask, set keyframes for path, so hit that button. Now we can see where our mask is placed. Scroll ahead a bit, find right when you first see that eye in the shot. Now we can drag the mask. As you can see, we can drag it right over where that eye is. Skip back a few frames and keep making the adjustments. Check over it a few times. And keep going. Keep dragging that over and making sure you have it directly covering the eye at all times. And as you can see, the hood lifts down a little, so we'll have to use keyframes to change that. So now I have that all completed. So I'll just I'll clip those two images down short so it matches our video. I'll just delete the excess there. Skip to the very beginning. Run through, make sure you have everything, always double checking, making sure you have everything working properly for you. And that's actually looking really good. So I'll do new layer and choose grade. I'll go down to my grade. I made my own custom one for remnant, drag that on. But now as you can see, is the red eye really looks washed out. You can barely even tell it's there. You have to zoom in to be able to see it. As I'll show you the difference. That's just with the grade I chose. So go to your layer, duplicate both the left and the right eye images. And now as you can see, it doubles the amount of intensity of that red in there. So it looks much more strong, much more creepy, much more red. So find your letterbox if you want to use one or not. Drag that on. It's looking really good now. We can trim down the grade as well. Make sure it's on there. Perfect. Now go to export, hit export, name your clip, hit save, export it, and after that's done, now we are left with this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope it was helpful. Now you can go ahead and make your own creepy looking villain with evil eyes. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, like it, comment, and share this video. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in my next video.